If you are bored with playing eighth notes on every single groove that you play, then you are watching the right video, because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to incorporate some more creative sticking patterns to infuse your boring old beats with some new energy and create interesting new groove patterns. If you like that, remember to like and subscribe to get more of this kind of content every Tuesday. I've taught well over 1,000 drum lessons to people just like you, and I can show you too. I'm Gabriel, and you're watching the YouTube channel of DrumTipTuesday.com. All right, getting into this thing. You know how we do it. We're going to start on the drum pad, get some snare drum exercise out of this thing, and then we're going to take it back on the kit. First thing that I want us to get is the hand pattern. You're noticing if you take a look at this thing, and I'll put it right there right now, you're going to see something, right? It's not just any something. It's a very special something that we call the paradiddle. Even if you don't know exactly, you can't see it right now, let's analyze it, right? You've got your right hand on the hi-hat, left hand on the snare drum. That's the first thing. Now, you have the paradiddle. I don't know if people call it inverted. I like to call it an inside paradiddle because the diddle is in the middle, all right? What I mean by that, if you just take typical paradiddle like we do, and you put the diddle in the middle, in other words, not right, left, right, left, left, but right, left, right, left, you get this. Let's put that with a beat. 2, 3, 4, E, and Special considerations while putting this on the drum set. Just going to go over this briefly here. Going to keep all the hands close because the left hand's going to be ghost strokes. The hi-hat's going to be playing like a hi-hat. You're not going to accent the hi-hat every time you play an accent in a typical paradiddle pattern, but you are going to keep the left hand accent. As a matter of fact, you're going to make the most of it. You're going to hit that backbeat. It's where you're backbeated. Yeah? Okay. Next, rudiment. Now, this is kind of, gonna have to use your imagination a little bit. For me, because of the way I learned snare drum before learning any drums, it is what I think of first. But just follow me in this sort of paradigm shift, if you will. Swiss Army triplet is what I'm gonna talk about. All right? For those of you who don't know, it's just, you're taking a flam into a double right, and then a left hand. So flam into a double right, and then a left, unaccented. Accent the first of every grouping. Makes it nice and neat, makes it flow. Off the left. You say, why am I talking about Swiss Army triplets? The reason is, check out beat 1, it's easy, right? The right hand is in unison with the right foot, easy. Beat 2, same thing. But in this beat, and the way I put it together, I wanted there to be a challenge so that you can get something out of it. The challenge is the way that the kick drum pattern crosses the ghost stroke pattern, all right? Now, when I see something like this, when I play something like this, it doesn't matter if it's ghost stroke, unison, kick, or kick, unison, ghost stroke. I feel like it's the relationship between the hands in a Swiss Army triplet. With one caveat, you're not flamming. As a matter of fact, you're definitely not flamming between the kick drum and the ghost stroke when you hit your unisons. However, to me, and I think a lot of people who learn snare drum the way I did, because I'm not so special, it's just a thing. If you play it, if you know this rudiment, it's going to probably feel like this to you. So when you play the right foot, then you play the unison between the go stroke and the right foot, then the go stroke, or the opposite way. It's going to feel the way the hands do when you play this. Unison, right, left, unison, right, left, except it's a flam on a snare drum. Nevertheless, especially when they get going, it reminds me of playing these kind of things in drum corps. Or I should say drum line, actually. When I was in drum corps, I played more marimba and timpani. But that's another story for another day. Let's take the exercise that I just played. And yeah, it seems like a lot of notes. I'm going to show you real simple. You can memorize this thing, and through which you can internalize the feeling of the way the hands go, and you can use this to sort of take it home or drive home the feeling of go strokes between the kick drum pattern and the go stroke pattern, where they intersect. Let's take a look at that exercise. You're gonna play, and I'm not gonna write it down because it goes by so fast. If I put it here, it's a bar here, a bar here, a bar here. Just listen, all right? You're gonna play your Swiss Army triplet at a 6th note value. Means you're gonna play 2 of them per beat. 1, 2, right? 1, 2. If you were to go on with that, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? When you get to beat 4, play a paradiddle, a flam paradiddle. See, that paradiddle just keeps coming back. It's going to throw you on the other hand. For once again, beats 1 through 3, play your 6th tuplet Swiss Army triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you get there, play your paradiddle. Yeah. All right. Throws you back on the right hand. And then you're just going to play an abbreviated version of what you just did. In other words, you're going to play 1 beat, right? And then a paradiddle. 1 beat off the left, paradiddle. Now you cut that in half. 1 Swiss Army triplet, paradiddle. Except you can't cut the paradiddle in half. Have to play the whole paradiddle. Then, off the left, you're going to find you have nothing left but 1 more beat in that bar. Beat 4. You guessed it, right hand paradiddle, take that whole sequence and put it off the left. That last bar is kind of tricky. Let me review that again. When you do it with just 1 Swiss Army triplet, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I'm going to play it real slow with this metronome here. Oh, it's running out of battery power, but I think we can make it. 3 and 4 and. Off the left. All right, so seems kind of involved. It is, but it's simple. If you just rewind the video, listen to the way I describe it, play it, you'll see it is way easier than you think, all right? And when you get it together, you can burn it real nice. all right? And I know for you old guys, we used to do it way faster than that back in the day, but old man hands still hanging in there. At any rate, let's go back to the drums now and put it together. It doesn't matter how you think of that relationship between the kick drum pattern and the ghost stroke pattern. The important part is that you observe it as the special challenge to this beat and use creative sticking to provide for yourself more interesting challenges for all the beats that you already know moving forward. But now, back to the drums. But first, a question. Your favorite snare drum. If you had to choose just one, what would it be? No wrong answer, even just a broad category if you like. Brass, maple, aluminum, birch, whatever. No wrong answer. I want to know. Comment below. And if you like the content that I share here on YouTube, click the link in the description below to subscribe to drumtiptuesday.com. There you will find in-depth coursework. There's masterclasses, some simple single lessons, drumless tracks, and more that I only share on drumtiptuesday.com. And as always, remember to like, subscribe, and check out one of these videos next.